The Yogventures, one of the most cataclysmically disastrous Kickstarter flops of all time. What started as an exciting prospect would soon warp into a dumpster fire that would go on to ruin not only a game studio, but also a marriage. So let's hop in and take a look at the failure of the Yogventures. In 2010, on the 3rd of December, Simon Lane and Lewis Brindley of the Yogscast would upload their now iconic video, where they played Minecraft for the first time. What seemed like a simple video at the time would go on to inspire thousands of others, including myself, to purchase the game and try it out for themselves. Prior to making their Minecraft series, the pair would regularly upload World of Warcraft guide videos. But after the success seen from their original Minecraft series, they would go on to slowly commit the channel primarily to Minecraft. This decision would kickstart their YouTube career, and after the original playthrough series of the game, they would then go on to upload a new Minecraft series. The now hugely popular Shadow of Israfel videos.
Are you like slurring your words
I've got a head injury, probably.
after the airship?
You know, I just...
Yeah.
Yeah. No peculiar thinks I'm... There we go. There we go.
Less than a year later, on the 8th of October 2011, they would reach 1 million subscribers, and so the Yogs boys had become just as much of a face of the Minecraft community as Notch and Mojang. But it wasn't long before things would start to go wrong, however. Around 1 month after hitting the 1 million subs milestone, the Yogscast would attend a panel at 2011's Minecon, where they would meet fans of the channel and talk about Minecraft and its community. However, straight after the event, things would start to go awry. Before getting into that, however, I want to take some time to tell you about something pretty cool. This month, you guys have the chance to win some prizes. Prizes such as a handheld gaming console, drone, or even a VR headset are all up for grabs. Everybody loves free prizes, and I'll tell you more about how to claim your chance at winning them in a sec. But first, I want to thank the host of this giveaway and the sponsors of this video, Raid Shadow Legends. Aside from great prizes, why should you stick around to play Raid itself? Well, I'll tell you. First of all, for a limited time only, downloading via my link will give you access to one of the strongest legendaries ever released in the game, the one and only Ninja himself. Simply download Raid using my link in the description or QR code on the screen now, and then enter the promo code Ninja Returns to claim him. Promo code is available to new players only after downloading the game with my link. Old players can get Ninja through a loyalty program in-game, also using my link. Raid has over 4 million active users and 250 million downloads. Despite being 5 years old, the community continues to grow thanks to constant monthly updates and an ever-growing roster of 800 plus champions, 16 factions, 30 plus bosses, and over 1 million viable builds to try out and play. Despite having so many champions and build options, the game is still genuinely fun and balanced to play. And that's not coming from me, but also the super high store reviews. Raid is a game that I've been meaning to try for a while now, and I'm glad that I've finally given it a shot. I love a game with unique characters and lots of customization options, and Raid scratches that itch perfectly by building a squad of unique champions while gradually improving them by leading them through cinematic battles. On top of unlocking Ninja, using my download link will give you a chance to win the aforementioned super expensive prizes. After using my link, head to wefinallyplayedit.playrium.com and enter your Raid player ID, then just record yourself playing the game and upload the video to the event site with the Playrium filters and hashtag. The 12 top submissions will win a handheld gaming console, a drone, a VR headset, and Amazon gift cards worth up to $2,000. Everyone else will get in-game loot. Thank you to Raid for sponsoring this video. If you haven't started playing yet, then what are you waiting for? Click my link in the description or scan my QR code to get insane bonuses available only via my link. You will immediately get a huge starter pack with an epic champion, Anax from the Undead Hordes faction, and you'll get another starter pack after reaching level 15 that includes an epic Thane. Come join my clan under my player name and join Clan Loafbakers. I'll see you all in game. But back to the video. rumours would begin to spread of both Simon and Lewis's inappropriate behaviour at the con. Fans would discuss and speculate on the pair's bad behaviour in YouTube comments and on Planet Minecraft, a hugely popular but unofficial forum site for the game. Now, I remember these rumours going around at the time, but being a sycophantic little 11-year-old, I pretty much refused to believe them. Christ. In my mind, the Yogscast could do no wrong, which is pretty embarrassing to admit now. But either way, it did get pretty hard to deny once Notch chimed in, adding, "I'm very sorry about the behaviour of the people who we won't work with anymore. Celebrity or not, don't F-bomb kids. They called us a bunch of nerds who don't know how to run a company and demanded that we pay them to come here." Ugh. Nobody else got paid. Along with these claims, there were also for fuck's sake. Along with these claims, there were also some horrific rumours of the duo being asked for autographs by young fans and would instead write down swear words, as well as getting drunk and obnoxiously claiming that they were responsible for Minecraft's success, which, to be honest, some could argue is partially true. Still though, stories about them ranting about it while drunk didn't exactly help their image. But while it did seem that rumours about them swearing on stage at the panel were real, in their official response, the Yogscast denied the accompanying rumours of being drunk or writing profanity on autographs, but they did own up to swearing in front of their predominantly child-based audience. However, they rightly justified that they had rehearsed the show in front of Mojang organisers prior to the actual event and had been given the all clear. And let's be real, it's not like they didn't swear in their videos.
Goodness, I almost said the C word, which is
So I'm not exactly sure what people expected. Regardless, the two would apologise to both their community and Notch himself, reaffirming their respect for him and the game he had built. Notch would also in turn apologise, claiming that he was a dick, but it seemed that despite apologies on both sides, there was a residing sense of bad blood, as this would be the first and last time Notch and the Yog boys would work together. Anyway, all of this just serves to illustrate why the Yogventures came into existence in the first place. You see, either out of spite or through a fear that the tarnished relationship with Notch meant the future of their Minecraft career was at stake, around 5 months later on the 6th of April 2012, the Yoggos would make an official announcement on their YouTube channel. Welcome to Yogventures, a slightly more realistic looking Minecraft with members of the Yogscast for avatars rather than the iconic blocky Minecraft player model. Aside from that and the slightly more realistic look, functionally all of the same components were there: building, terrain destruction, and even hostile mobs such as zombies. I'm not gonna lie, even at the time as a soft-skulled, drooling little 12-year-old, I remember thinking the game looked a little janky. Despite loving Minecraft, it didn't really hook me. Looking back, it kind of reminds me of one of those fake games you see being played on TV. You know, the type with the clunky animations and poorly rendered visuals and scripted looking gameplay. But I digress. A day later, on the 7th of April, the official Kickstarter would go live. So let's have a little look, shall we? What will Yogventures be like? Yogventures is going to be an open-world sandbox game designed first and foremost as a multiplayer experience. The game will allow you to create and shape worlds, then easily share them and play them with friends. We're going to take the idea of build your own adventure to the extreme. Yogventures will provide simple-to-use tools to design worlds that will match your imagination and are packed with thrilling stories and epic treasures. You'll have control over everything from buildings and dungeons to the NPCs and mobs. Yogventures will be the ultimate modder's game, where even the rules of winning and losing can be tweaked. Think adventure maps in Minecraft, only now you aren't limited to just blocks. The game utilizes a technology called marching cubes, which allows us to generate fantastic new world terrain that is random and editable. This means terrain will be vast, interesting, and fully destructible. You'll be able to diggy as much as you like, or just say balls to it and blow it all up. It sounded like Yogventures was shaping up to be more of a completely open world sandbox modding toolkit, which players could use to then design worlds and share them with their friends. Where Minecraft had its creepers and a distinct blocky, pixelated style, Yogventures would instead center around the Yogs crew, and as the concept art suggested, it would feature more of a pre-established fantasy setting and atmosphere, with existing settlements occupied by whimsical frog-like creatures. Like Minecraft, however, it would also feature a procedurally generated world, building, crafting, exploration, as well as regular updates. There was just one problem. The game was being developed by Wintercool Games, a recently formed indie games company situated in Hollywood, California, who had approached the Yogscast team first to allow them to make the game. Now, not only had Wintercool not made a game before, but they were only a 6-man team who planned to work on the game just part-time alongside their full-time jobs. Add on to this the fact that the game was due to be released in just 1 year, and it's easy to see where things started to go wrong. To their credit though, the Wintercool team were supposedly veterans of both the games and film industries, which seemed to put most backers at ease. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. Within a week, the project was listed as one of Kickstarter's projects we love, and had received a whopping $567,665 from just 13,647 backers, more than double what they had asked for with the initial $250k goal. A real testament to just how beloved the Yogscast were back then. In June of 2012, the team would set out to host a booth at E3 to allow fans and members of the public to try the game. Updates were put out regularly thereafter, mainly from Wintercool themselves, who seem to have largely taken the helm with the game's development, with the Yog crew stepping in occasionally to suggest new features or signed off on proposed ones. Despite these regular updates, backers grew increasingly concerned, as there was nothing said about the public beta originally planned to release towards the end of the year. Because of the Yogscast's lack of direct involvement in the development, it seemed as though they had begun to make increasingly ambitious requests from Wintercool, and eager to do a good job on their first official project, the team simply complied, suffering in silence with an ever-increasing scope and gradually decreasing budget. Now, of course, I don't mean to imply here that the Yogscast were exploiting the Wintercool team maliciously. It seemed instead that the Yogscast, like most people would be in their scenario, had become excited and encouraged about progress on the project. Regardless of project creep and an onslaught of angry backers venting their frustrations on the comment section on the Kickstarter page, on the 28th of August 2013, the long overdue beta was finally released, allowing project backers to hop in and try out the game for themselves, which, yeah, looks good. This is the final update video, where lead developer Chris confessed that the game, while playable, still had a hell of a long way to go before completion, likely well into 2014.
Hello and welcome. My name is Chris and you're watching Yogventures Developers video log number 15. But we feel like we've let you guys waiting for far too long, and that it's time that we get it out there and let everyone enjoy it and see what it's like. It's just time. It's time for everyone to get a chance to check it out and have fun.
Then this video was followed by months and months of silence until the 17th of July 2014, when Lewis himself would send out the dreaded email to all project backers where he personally confirmed the dire circulating rumors at the time that the game had been in fact cancelled. But why exactly? Well, because the game was too ambitious for Wintercool's small team. We appreciate that Yogventures backers are our most dedicated fans, and we want to ensure you get some really cool and special stuff that is just for you. We really want to treat you like members of an exclusive club with rewards coming to you for years to come. Although we're under no obligation to do anything, instead we're going to do our best to make this right, and make you really glad that you back the project. While Lewis was technically correct about being under no obligation to do anything, at least according to Kickstarter's TOS, it definitely pissed off pretty much every backer on the project, ruining any remaining goodwill. However, the backers who had put their precious money and time on the line needn't have worried, as the Yogscast would extend an olive branch to them by providing each backer a free Steam code for the game Tug. But wait a minute. What actually is Tug? Well, essentially, Tug, or the Untitled game, was another Minecraft clone, similar to what Yogventures had originally intended to be, only a little further on in production, but still stuck in development hell. In many ways, Tug is the game we were hoping Wintercool would create, and it has huge potential for the future. We've been playing the early access versions on Steam, and you'll soon be able to see us playing the game on Yogscast channels. However, the game was created by a similarly small team, and would also then inevitably eventually suffer the same fate as Yogventures, slowly being bled dry by dwindling funds and an overly ambitious scope, coupled with a team too small to manage. To make matters worse, Tug would go free to play in 2016 and has since been completely abandoned by the team. Now, what makes this really dreadful, even beyond the backers who had donated around $10 or $20, there were 5 poor bastards in particular who had contributed a catastrophic $10,000 to this mess, and in return got a small cameo on the Yogscast's Shadow of Israfel Minecraft series, as well as lunch and a chat about the game in person with the Yogs team, for which they would have to provide their own travel arrangements. Jesus Christ. Oh, and no refunds. Now, on the surface, this looks bad enough, but there's more here than simply an inexperienced team to blame. Soon, stories would come to light from both the Yogscast and Chris from Wintercool himself, detailing a rocky development history that had seen money mishandled and had even ruined a marriage. 2 days after Lewis's email, on the 19th of July, Chris would post an official Kickstarter update to accept his part of the blame and also shed some light on what went down. In this post, he shared the initial budget breakdown, including 2 respective payments of $35,000 given to their 2 concept artists, one of whom was hired by Lucasfilm just 2 weeks after the project had begun. The problem here is that the money wasn't paid month by month as a salary, but was given upfront in cash to the artist, without a suitable clause in the contract as to why someone could legally stop working on the project. Therefore, they were already $35,000 down, with no way to legally get this money back. But it gets worse. When Lewis found out about the artist incident, he was rightly confused and upset. As a result, he lost faith right away in my ability to run the company from a business standpoint, and basically required that all the rest of the Kickstarter money that hadn't been spent would be transferred to them right away. In the end, we negotiated $150,000 would be transferred to the Yogscast, with the understanding that they would use the money exclusively to create and ship all the physical rewards, and they would help hire the main programmer that we still didn't have on the project. However, Chris also claims that Lewis would never hire the main programmer. Lewis, of course, denied this, claiming that there's no value going into detail, so that's all the evidence we have.
Oh, bullshit. You're talking bullshit.
Chris, with one final update, got into some depressing personal details about his life during the project. Hi everyone, I can't make any official statements about Yogventures or what's going to happen in the future, but I may be able to shed a little light on what happened to myself and Wintercool Games. We always knew we were going to need to partially fund development ourselves, so the lost money is not in any way regrettable. However, without pre-orders to help offset those costs, eventually I had invested innumerable hours and over $25,000 of my own money in the game. We had to admit that without more funding, we couldn't afford to keep the game going on our own. Chris then expanded on how the lack of budget and constant overworking and stress led to the breakdown breakdown of his marriage with his wife, who would file for divorce amidst the bulk of the game's development, causing Chris to suffer a mental breakdown and be forced to take time off work. Now, despite these admittedly very understandable reasons, Chris would prove himself the bigger man, as he shouldered most of the blame, apologising profusely to backers. Chris admitted that around 8 months before the beta went live, they had to restart the whole game's development cycle because they weren't happy with the progress. So essentially, the game was only made in 8 months instead of the already short 12. So, you know, what did they expect? Overall, in retrospect, it just seemed like a case of both parties becoming increasingly excited and naive about fulfilling a project which they inevitably would have no way to actually see through to release. Now, I'll let you guys debate in the comments over who you think is to blame, but regardless of who's in the wrong, it seems that the Yogscast are still doing pretty well for themselves. But Chris, if you're watching this, somewhere out there, whatever you're doing, I hope you're doing fine. Thank you once again to Raid for sponsoring this video. Remember to download using the QR code or link in description to unlock Ninja and get a chance to win some great real life prizes. Also, join my clan. Apes together, strong. Well, that's all for this video. As always, thank you for watching. Until next time.